I haven't learned anything about how Captain Marvel actually works.
Okay.
But as Billy Batson ages, does he turn into Captain Marvel naturally?
To my knowledge, no, because the physique is like peak physique. If he were to work at it, he'd get not close.
Or does he just be an immortal child?
Here's the thing, because I remember I told you about Black Adam. If he were to stay as Captain Marvel, and he were to turn back, he'd probably turn back into whenever he last had turned to Captain Marvel. But if he just, if he does it normally, he goes Captain Marvel when he goes onto the field, and then when he's off work, he turns back to Billy Batson, age normally. So
only when he's Billy Batson does he age.
Pretty much, yeah. Because like I told you, remember Black Adam? Remember I told you Black Adam is an Egyptian pharaoh, or along those lines. And then in one of the movies, he had stayed as Black Adam for whenever he had changed, and then when he turned back, he turned to dust because he's old.
Oh, he just died.
Yeah, he's old. So I think physically you probably age your age stays, but if you go too far, you probably would. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ian.
I'm Roland.
And we are back with more Young Justice. Last episode, we got quite culture shock, not culture shock, but shock nonetheless. Jacob took it pretty well, I feel, but
I've been in therapy for a week.
But yeah, when we came back, it was a 5-year jump. Robin became Nightwing, or at least Dick Grayson Robin became Nightwing, and then Tim Drake shows up as Robin instead. We got a couple other changes. First off, it seems like the team has also become a little more precise and more organized. They've actually split into different groups, like Beta,
Oh,
Alpha.
and the team is unique now. So the parts of the team that didn't become league members, they just stayed as tutors for the younger generation that are coming in.
They're more like
So they're off the radar.
They're I wouldn't say tutors. I mean, they're training them, yeah. But they'll go on the field. They're more so like their superior, their senior.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're tutoring,
training,
mentoring.
That's a little more, yeah.
As Dick was putting what's the younger Robin?
Tim Drake.
As Dick was putting Tim through Spartan training, just to make it more epic.
Okay. It's just the wordage. It doesn't work.
Still, they're completely off radar from whatever galactic overlords are putting out a bounty on the boys.
So yeah, the Justice League are wanted criminals because Savage sent them out to do whatever he had them do.
So I'm curious as to, and I mentioned this at the end of last episode. If y'all haven't seen it, we're gonna say it right now. I'm gonna say it right now. What is wrong with me today?
I don't know.
Anyways, I want to know what Vandal Savage's actual placement in the universe is in terms, because he's 50,000 years old or whatever they said he was.
Right.
And
for Earth, that's old too, but who knows out there? That could still mean nothing.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know what connections he's made.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, that'd be interesting to find out.
I feel like you're hiding things from me.
I don't know.
Why are you hiding?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never seen this show. What do you mean? Alright, right out the gate.
Well, we did.
That's not a bird.
It's an alien bird.
That's a dragon. Oh! Did he just get... Yeah, those are Star Wars photon lasers. Who is that? Who's the girl? What?
Who knows?
What? Oh. Ooh. Oh, wow.
Hey, yeah, I knew it.
And by the way, there's no theme anymore, and it kind of makes me sad.
There's no intro? Oh!
That's it.
I was like, okay, we have a moment to talk, I
It's
guess.
called Invasion. Young Justice Invasion. It's got a subtext now.
Yeah, I thought it was an invasion the other way, not us going there.
Well, it could be at both. Why is it so low right now?
Oh, thoroughly very cool, Adam.
Great. I think.
Oh.
Zeta Squad, these are my Ranian
I think.
friends, Sardath and his daughter, Alana.
Ah.
Have you learned anything more about why Earthlings are unwelcome in this corner of the galaxy?
The Ranian Science Command is xenophobic in general. Which is why my research into interplanetary Zeta beam travel is being conducted quietly.
And why you haven't reported the theft of your technology.
Exactly. Science Command is not inclined to share intelligence with its people.
But we have learned there was an incident on the planet Rimbor involving Earthling criminals known as the Justice League.
I assume you are not associated with these outlaws.
We are not members of the League.
Not lying.
Only these 6 were on Rimbor.
My father's Zeta shield will help.
If I can perfect the design, your primitive Zeta tubes would still function within the confines of the Earthling atmosphere. But unauthorized travel to and from other worlds will become impossible. But the jungles of Ran can be dangerous. You Earthlings will need a guide.
I'll go, Father. You must complete your work on the Zeta shield.
But transportation out of the city of Ranagar is also not without risks, Alana. We must disguise these Earthlings.
Look, enough with this Earthlings thing. I'm half Kryptonian, and Miss Martian is... Martian.
You came here from Earth, did you not?
Yeah, but we're not... Never mind.
Screw it.
I'll create a diversion. Lead them off the train.
No, it's not safe.
You're the jungle guide, remember? I'll ditch these guys and circle back to your father's compound. Help him finish the Zeta shield.
Be careful.
Oh.
Beware the Jabberwock, my son! Got your nose! No time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late!
Jabberwock? Bandersnatch?
His last name is strange.
Star Wars, man. Come on.
And down the rabbit hole I go!
I love it.
So good. So good.
Hey sis, remember that time you and Superboy visited me in Karak? He picked flowers that were really poison sumac.
That was a long time ago, Gar.
Noted. But you remember, right, Superboy?
How much farther, Alana?
You close enough?
I gotta give
Now.
him props for trying though.
How much further?
Whoa! Now that is some prime alien souvenir material. Wait! Hey! Ow!
Blue sandbog. Deadly.
Pretty handy.
Mm-hmm.
All set. Now let's blow this popsicle.
Wait for whatever to teleport through.
Remember back on Earth?
As long as it reopens.
The bombs and a lot of angry company.
What?
So as long as it reopens, this actually
Right.
works in their favor.
But those are on timers though. The bombs.
Oh.
We don't know when that's gonna.
New plan. When the platforms blow, use the chaos to charge for the front door. I'll cover you. And then we blow this popsicle.
Okay, get every time it explodes.
Yeah, I'm good. Go!
Dang, man.
The exit is clear.
Well, Meta.
Oh.
What? Oh, how about we just take a second,
This might be a problem.
take a breath.
Now we capture Marshall.
They're following us. Or something is. Something big.
These antennae are tuned.
Oh, jeez. You got two boys there. No, oh, and
now
we're back.
here. Dodge the thing, just fly,
Ow.
X's, save, takes a shot. Good save.
Hey, look, there's a lot.
Superboy, Alana, are you...
Safe, for now. You?
We lost him.
McGann, be careful.
You too, Connor.
So, how long were you and she together?
Easy cash.
Yeah.
All my life.
You want to talk about it?
No,
Oh, can she hear us?
it doesn't work that way. Translation's basically automatic. See, I'm a clone. Force grown in the span of a few months to look like this. McGann somehow saw I could be more than the weapon I was created to be.
Complicated, but sweet. Go on.
McGann's a shapeshifter. To her, looks are clothing for the mind inside. Easy to change. But I'm the opposite. It's become clear the processes used to create me had a side effect. I don't visibly age. At all. I'm not immortal. I'm aging internally. But I'll always look...
This good?
Standard blessing and curse.
Seems like a shapeshifter would be the perfect match for someone suffering from your condition.
I used to think so. Anyway, she's with Lagan now. He's kind of a jerk, but he's good to her.
Well, it's obvious she still has feelings for you. Perhaps she regrets leaving you for him.
She didn't. I dumped her. She left me no choice.
What I say, don't judge. Although, we don't know the reasoning behind it.
Sorry, didn't hear that.
Beast Boy? Garfield, what is it? Oh, Gar. I'm so sorry. I should have been there. Done something. But it's not your fault. You couldn't have stopped Queen Bee.
Uh-oh.
Oh, listen. Things could be better.
We're close. I can see the mag rail track up ahead.
Deuce Kuiliak Earthlings.
This Martian isn't translating. McGann, can you hear me? Something's wrong.
Yeah. Yup. Dude, wrong target. Oh, no, not that planet.
This is an extreme case of quicksand.
Well, yeah.
Smash.
Connor.
He's like, well, thanks. Get over it.
They still trying to capture us, or is it just a bitter revenge thing now?
Either way, we discouraged them. Game?
Me? I'm big game.
Take care of her.
What else, Matt?
What?
I don't know what that means.
Oh! Yeah! Monkey! That is so good. Precise! Look at my boy. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Zwinks.
Jesus, Lee.
You okay?
Fine. I got this for Beast Boy.
Souvenir, sweet.
Where did that come from? McGann, what did you...
Never mind that now. We have to get back to Earth. I know what the Justice League did on Rimbor. I know what happened during their missing 16 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, boy.
She kind of jumped in level in my eyes a few notches with that one. She got a little spicy there at the end.
Made me a little sad though.
She's like, she just slipped around like.
So what do you think happened there?
You're done.
What do you think happened there?
I don't know if she just like disintegrated his soul or his essence, but his body didn't contort in any way.
No.
He just stopped.
No, and you saw him just kind of like start to drool. Kind of similar to what
the white
Simon
dude.
Simon did.
Yeah.
But afterwards, whenever kind of brought to their attention, she just stated that she now knows what happened during the 16 hours, that it wasn't recoverable. Like the details.
I can't. I tried picking up the name the 2 times they said it. Rimbor.
I think it's Rimbor. Yeah. Yeah. So after having done whatever she did to that guy, to Krolatan, she seemed to have accrued some information. So
she didn't seem happy about that info either.
Well, no. But okay. So there's a couple things to kind of like pick at. We'll start with some I don't want to say minor, but I guess not so what.
Some minor parts in what's happening right now. It's just like everything could end the world.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to say minor, but that might not have anything like bigger to the picture. But that was kind of a sad and showing that this show doesn't really, while they didn't necessarily show it, don't pull punches necessarily, but that we see one of the reasons Garfield's with him is because his mother was killed.
Yeah.
By Queen Bee. So
it ties back to whenever she found or she made the deal with McGann.
Yeah. It's a little obviously it wasn't because of the deal. Like there's something else that happened, but yeah, like they mentioned this before that. Because we know what her abilities are. Queen Bees are to an extent, right?
Yeah, she can, I guess, seduce or mind control.
She can like manipulate and control men or women. Some women.
Some women who swing that way type thing. Yeah.
Or just that are susceptible. I'm sure it's like for those that might be lesbian or bi, but it might just also be like if they're just super susceptible to mind control. I don't know.
Yeah. They're just weak-willed.
Yeah, to that sort of thing. Because I mean, how do you prepare for that?
Yeah, you know, there's not
a whole lot you can really do. But all men, so
yeah, any guy.
Well, did they say all? Because I don't. What if they're gay? What if does that not work?
Or if they're just strong-willed enough? Like, would it work on Batman?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. Like, because there are certain things like in the comic or any like sci-fi-ish thing where like sometimes maybe somebody's just can combat it, whether completely like not be swayed by it or just it takes some more effort by the other person. So I don't know. There are certain things like Batman's not infallible. Like there will be things, as we saw the freaking chips that they put on them that he couldn't at all fight.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not it's the chances that he could probably be swayed by it. I just don't know. Like if there's somebody like level? I don't know if a straight guy were to be if she were to go against if she were trying to manipulate a straight person, a straight man, if it would actually affect him, if he would be able to somehow fight it. I have no idea. They haven't really shown it in work, I don't believe. But yeah, the point of the matter is that because of that, unfortunately his mom died, and I think that shows that he was there at the very least.
He came across it.
Yeah. So I wonder if what happened is maybe his abilities kicked in as they were about to crash, and he flew out the car. That could have been a possibility if he was there. But yeah, the fact that he had to at least see the incident, and it's like, dude, that's this show, man. It can be pretty rough, and I felt really bad because it was a trigger. Like it wasn't even the same planet. It was like something somewhat similar area, and it just triggered. And he, as we saw, he kind of went back to a somewhat original form, except green.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the like semi-monkey-esque persona he's sort of taken on, and it's just he almost like seemed shut down too. Like his eyes, while he definitely saw the tears going, but he could see almost his eyes were almost.
He was having like a PTSD.
Yeah,
episode.
it was
like.
He's a kid. It's just like, oh my god, that hurts. That sucks so much. I feel so bad for him. Like this, DC is not nice to kids.
I mean, any of the, in a superhero's backstory, if you're not just born a superhero, even if you are, you've gone through some messed up stuff. Like regardless of
the range of it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Because to push you to that point, like you have to have gone through some really.
It depends on the
stuff.
kind of hero, I guess, or personality. Because like some people there, because Tim Drake, I believe both of his parents are fine. I believe he has both of his parents. Wally has his parents as well, as we see. So it just depends on the person, and like some people, they just want to, either fight crime or just have that adrenaline rush of stopping crime or something like that. So it just depends.
But I also think that with Wally, it's a little different case where he is more so adding to his just theory, adding to his purpose on Earth, because he doesn't believe in anything supernatural or magical or any like gods or anything like that.
It could also be like his attempt to have more control.
Yeah, I mean, he pushed his scientific mind to the extremes and then turned himself into what you see.
And as we see, it wasn't necessarily perfect because he doesn't have the same level of speed or control of his body that Flash does.
Which they still haven't. We haven't seen him as his older self, so we don't know if he's gained that.
If he's progressed further. Yeah, that's true. But a little bit of extra shit, but also we kind of got a little more, not the exact details of what happened between Connor and McGann, why they're broken up. She didn't dump him, he dumped her, but there's definitely still some lingering feelings between the two.
Yeah, and he said that she left no choice. Yeah,
we don't know. Yeah, with that line, we're not sure what would have happened, but also. What do you think? Like, maybe not like the exact, like, what is anything,
ideas come to mind?
Yeah.
Left me no choice. She probably gave him an ultimatum of like furthering the relationship versus something tying to either her past or their job or something. I think there was there was definitely an ultimatum that had to be set, like where it's like either this has to happen or we can't be together. Like something to that extreme had to have happened, because obviously we've seen that their connection grew immensely during the season 1. Like it went from he was literally that was his first like real connection was her. So and she was inside of he was inside of her mind, she was inside of his mind.
Right.
Like
their minds were connected.
Yeah, they had a serious
to the point where he knew who she actually was.
Yeah, that I would say
originally,
from a physical sense that was the closest to a spiritual connection on display that you could have.
Yeah.
Like
a
tangible
right, yeah. And I do want one thing also I do want to bring up is kind of how he reacted to seeing the essentially comatose Krillin. Like, first off, he's like, "Hey, where'd you get that?" And he sees it, and he's like, his eyes, he's like appalled. But then also kind of like his eyes, you see his eyes kind of like, and then turn to her, kind of almost what's the word? Accusatory in a way.
Yeah.
Like he knew. So.
She hasn't killed before, or that might have been one of the very few that she has killed.
Well, he
might
might
actually killed.
I don't know if he's necessarily again. He could just be comatose. He could be pretty much dead. But she didn't necessarily kill him. She
made him a vegetable.
Yeah, pretty much. But like
Simon could get out of it because he's an actual psychic guy.
Maybe
like
because we haven't seen him since.
Oh no, we did see him.
That was the no. She did that was episode 23 when we found out she was a white Martian.
Yeah, and we saw him again later.
When?
Did we not? Like, I was pretty sure that she turned him into a vegetable and then we saw him again way down the line.
That was 23. the first time we saw him was episode 9 when everybody lost their memories. And then she just chucked him by the end of it. She shoved him out of her mind. And then the next time we saw him was the whole Queen Bee episode when we met Garfield Logan. And we found out McGann was a white Martian. And she's like, you'll do anything to keep anybody from finding out. And she's like, you're right. And he's like,
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, because the first time that they met, she overpowered him. He wasn't fully comatose, but he was gone.
He shunned her from her mind.
And then he came back.
Yeah. And then later on he came back and they tried again, but this time she went more so to eradicate his mind. So we haven't seen him since.
And I guess that begs the question of, like, that's his consciousness, or the closest. Would that be considered his soul? Like,
that's a thing that's a lot to go into, man. Yeah, we can do it off camera. There's a lot to go into there. But what I'm
because that was a terrifying thought that she could erase someone's soul.
But
effectively, like, that's insane.
But here's the thing, like, he kind of seemed to have almost immediately turned to her. I don't want to. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he's noticed some things because, like, again, when back to their conversation that he had with, I forgot her name. But Alara. Thank you. It's Alara. Alana. I think it's Alana. Like, you know, when that statement he said that she left me no choice might pertain to things over time that were similar to, or that, you know, that being maybe not that specific, but like maybe certain things that she had done. Maybe, I don't know, because we can't. It's hard to believe that she just went from, again, we saw in season 1, even the end of season 1, to now. Like, she just like chipper and everything, and all of a sudden I'm whatever she did.
Yeah. So
there had to have been something going on between them. So that could have been having something to do with that, with their relationship ending.
I mean, the only other thing that I could think of is that maybe it had to do with part of her training.
It's possible.
Like that she, instead of working with the team or working with Connor in progressing in her training, or working with Jean, that she did something that wasn't, that he didn't approve of, that Connor was ultimately against. Maybe pertaining to killing people. Maybe she went off and was like a bounty hunter. I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting. But yeah, as we see, like, we know the team doesn't kill. At least not directly. Some things might happen that may have been out of their control, or they just didn't think about. But, you know, because accidents happen, even though they don't show it, because, like, I don't know. This is just, you know, the collateral damage happens. So sometimes you just can't deal with everything. But yeah, some small things. Another small thing is not that one necessarily small, but with Beast Boy, like, not only we don't know the extent of, we can just kind of assume his abilities are just animals, but then we also, like, well, there's alien animals, maybe that, and we kind of see that, right, with when he was dealing with the alien poultry.
I think it was the same in Teen Titans, to where he was like, if he saw an animal, he could replicate it.
Yeah, I think we've seen that happen. Yeah, but it's I don't know. It's because this is like the first time we've seen Beast Boy in this.
Yeah.
But like the fact that he's kind of expanding, he's like, oh, cool, alien animalage, and he just kind of over time he like not over time, but like,
it was like
almost
a bigger humanoid.
I think that was kind of him, like, sort of grasping it, because then when he actually turned into it, it was just the actual form.
Yeah, the normal size.
So I'm not sure if
I don't know if he can do both. I don't know.
Because I don't know if he can necessarily change the size of what, like, the average. Because, I mean, there are gorillas smaller or bigger, or maybe, I don't know about big. I don't know. That's a pretty massive gorilla, about taller than Superboy. So I don't know, like, if you can control the size of it per se. I'm trying to think if we've seen him, like, what all I've seen him turn into. But at the very least, yeah, I feel like that could just be artistic choice. Yeah. They just made him much bigger than normal gorillas would be, or the average. But and poor kid, he's always exploded.
He's like, yeah, we'll blow this popsicle can and just gets flung across.
Yeah, when we first met him, it was freeing the animals when the Karak, I think it was the Karaks or somebody were attacking with drones, and they freaking blew the barn up, and the poor kid was right next to a propane tank and just shot him into the sky. And that kind of has actually led to McGann having to give him a blood transfusion, which led to his powers. But yeah, it's like, Jesus, this kid can't get away from it. I just now thought about it too, because when I saw that, I'm like, oh, it happened. That's what happened before. I didn't think about it until just now.
Gosh.
Poor
and
kid.
I loved the I didn't catch his name. The
Adam Strange.
The Ronnian doctor.
Oh.
I don't
remember his name either.
He was talking about how Earth technology was primitive.
Yeah, I figured that's what you wrote it down.
Even the because they were talking about the Zeta cubes or whatever, the stuff that was more advanced for stuff on Earth. Honestly, and he's like, yeah,
Sardath, I think.
That is basic primitive trash.
Yeah, he was kind of funny in the way in his tone. He's like, yeah, primitive Zeta tubes. I mean,
Walmart.
Because theirs are just interplanetary. Like theirs are just.
Oh yeah, we see the police officers using ray guns for God's sakes. Like,
yeah, it's like, well, okay,
yeah, you're right,
you're right.
And I am curious about. They only mentioned it once, but this Olthun character, almost referenced like a deity. She, Alara or Alana, can't remember which one. She was like, praise be to Alana. She was like, praise be to Olthun that I can hear you now, or like understand you now.
That might just be them like, thank God, kind of a thing.
Well, yeah.
But I don't.
But we, like, it's just God.
Yeah,
it doesn't have like we're not like, thank Jesus or whatever.
Right. But I'm just saying that could be, whatever they said could be their version of that. Because the Kryptonians, well, I don't know if it's always, but like there's
character that we're gonna find out about.
Maybe destroys the Earth.
Yes.
No, but because was it Rao is like the Kryptonians' version of their god, basically. So,
Rao.
So I think Rao, but whatever. Specifically, that was just Supergirl reference, but whatever.
Not the first higher being that we've come across, so I wouldn't be surprised.
True. Well, yeah, true. I was thinking like, oh, you dealt with the deity? Oh no, right, Fate.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
Lord of Chaos.
I was
Lord
thinking
of
like,
Order,
we haven't met
because they're not really like. I mean, we haven't seen their true form, so I'm assuming that they're extra dimensional beings fusing into items, which the Lord of Chaos does use the cat as like a tether to this plane.
Yeah.
So.
It's not theirs is different. Them Clarence isn't necessarily like fusing with the cat, but it's like his anchor more so than anything. But the only reason when you said that I was like, well, we met Zeus, not Ares. Who's he talking about? Right. Wait, gotcha. It is cool that what McGann can do. We've seen, first off, like in last season we saw like one that they can even establish being able to communicate telepathically, like basically as a comms that can't be hacked unless you have a telepath that can just jump on that.
She just casually said, "Yeah, I can learn a language in like a day or a few hours." Like,
well,
we don't have time for that, honestly. But
the thing is, because like, that one's more so like she. I don't know if she necessarily knows.
Wow.
I don't think she doesn't necessarily know the other language. Like Ranian is more so like because of the fact like this isn't too out there. Like you can hear what you understand, and you can hear what you understand. Even English is she can speak English, whatever. But like I don't know. I don't think she could speak Ranian on her own by doing that. But with if she wanted to tether or link with the Croatan, they're just like completely like. It's almost like grunts and growls and whatever, or at least to us. I mean, could be more, but like if that one's a little more. She has to like go into it and without them noticing. It's like that's really having to like link certain pathways to our brain to even understand a bit of that. So it's I don't know if it's necessarily learning it. Maybe she could be learning it, but it's just like it's hard to connect all that to what we have access to.
Yeah.
So, but it's the fact that she can do that is like what?
And I mean, they've already stated that her psychic abilities are like insane,
right,
high up on the scale.
Yeah. Her raw power is higher than Jean, which is insane. But cool thing is that we see that she is like a semi-minor thing, but very helpful, is that she can now density shift.
Oh yeah.
We established she couldn't do that before last season. Like even in the 17th episode where it was like a simulation, Jean had to like bring her along and kind of do it when she was brought through secondarily. Like she felt it was like a really weird sensation for her because she wasn't doing it on her own. But yeah, it's cool that seeing her progress in her abilities as well. And that being the case, like what we saw her do to Simon, like what exactly did she freaking do to the Krillatan?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if she, because the only thing that I can piece together is she was reading his thoughts,
right?
Read the memories of what happened to the League, got really pissed off, and then just like said, yeah, no.
Yeah, or like even like possibly combing through every morsel of his brain to get the information, and essentially like maybe forcefully
pushed him too far.
Like or that, or like I don't know, it just seems so casual for her. It's crazy, just like she's before.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it has something to do with like what happened.
Yeah,
because it's like she didn't show remorse for that.
No.
Like I'm assuming it has something to do with her training.
Possible, yeah. Speaking of improving, Connor, my man, my boy, like not just like the precision, like his stealth, like his landing when he did that super jump, was like okay.
And he like instead of it just being blind, like just destruction, he actually like grabbed something, broke it apart, and threw it at the same time.
Not only that, he did that. He grabbed it, and then before doing that, he like drove his fingers into it to have a hold, then broke it off and threw it.
Yeah.
And then jumped through the hole. It's like, dude, so cool.
It's becoming a lot more precise.
I know. Yeah.
And
I love it so much.
Like I was saying, like I kind of just commented like his antennae are tuned, meaning like his senses are a lot more aware than
antennae?
Antennae. Yeah.
Oh, antennae.
Yeah.
I thought for a second because like, did you read? There's a book called a series called Mistborn, and I thought you said tin eye.
No.
It's a thing from that. Anyway.
No, antennae like his antenna.
Yeah, antennae. I get what you meant. Now, I heard you say that during the episode, but when you said it right now, for some reason, I'm like, wait, had he said tin eye instead? Which is it's a cool series. Basically, like they have like metallurgy kind of thing. Like if they consume a certain metal and then they burn it within them, it gives them a certain. It depends on you have to read it. It's a really good series. I think you'd like it. Okay. Do you read books? I don't remember. Oh,
I used to read a ton
Yeah, you
of
used
books.
to read a lot. Jacob, you should read that.
I need to get back into reading.
Audible. This is sponsored. No.
I can't do Audible. I've tried it before. Like I lose focus.
If you get a good narrator.
I need.
Maybe you need a good narrator.
I need D'Angelo.
Maybe you need a good narrator.
I need Samuel
There's
Jackson.
some great dude. There's some great
narrators.
So anyway.
No, I just meant like his senses, his awareness of
things around him. Like he picked up on that before even Megan did, and Megan's a psychic.
Right.
Like.
Yeah, I love seeing their improvement. But yeah, so now we found out, or at least McGann has found the exact reasoning as to what they did, like why they're wanted, what they did to Rimbor, and as you know, while leaving someone comatose, is they have that information to get to the League.
The first time I saw the Doctor show like the pictures of the 6 League members, and I saw Superman's red eyes, I originally thought that was like, oh, it's like his laser vision. But then they showed it again whenever it was like another still picture of him with the red eyes again, and I'm like, I don't think he'd be. And plus, we didn't. It wasn't like lasers. His eyes were literally just red. Like
right. I think that's him preparing to shoot lasers because none of the other
League possessed.
Well, none of the other League members had red eyes. So.
But Batman wears a mask.
Yeah. Yes.
Hawk wears a mask.
Wonder Woman does not.
Wonder Woman is a mask.
Guys, that's it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to stick around for next week's episode, be sure to subscribe the subscribe button. Or if you're impatient, like Jacob can be sometimes, go and check out our Patreon. Use the early access stuff like
Listen.
And
you throw money at me,
I'll give you content. It's how it works.